You open a folder with 50 photos that all need your watermark, and the thought of doing it one by one feels impossible. Sure, you can record a Photoshop action and batch it, but then on some images the watermark is huge, and on some others it is barely visible. If you can't fix this, your portfolio looks unprofessional and your branding gets lost. So in this video, I'll walk you through 3 reliable ways to batch watermark your images in Photoshop, so your watermark looks consistent across every photo, no matter the size or background. The first method, through the Photoshop inbuilt batch creation process. To do that, first you have to go to your folder containing your image, then drag your image to the Photoshop interface just like this. So when it is open, if you can find the action bar, you should go to your Windows, then click on Action. So now click on the folder icon there, and then name it, let's say batch, then click on OK. Then you click on the plus icon and let's name it watermark. Then click on record. So now Photoshop is recording everything you are doing. So the next thing you do is to go to your file, click on place embedded. You can select your watermark, which is a logo in this case. Click place, and then you should click your background layer, Ctrl A to select the canvas. Click on your logo layer again, then use the alignment options above the interface to align your logo. So we are going to click this one right here. We are going to move it up to the top left corner. So you can click either of these two, depending on where you want your logo to be. I will drop it here. Okay, so next you should click Ctrl D to deselect. So once you are done, we are done with the action, but we are not going to stop right here. First, reduce the opacity of the layer to, let's say, 60%. That's good. And then go to your file, save as. Let's save it in this export. Save a copy. Then save it as a JPEG. Make sure you follow this process very well. Let's go back and put it in the export folder. Okay. Then click save. To get the best quality, make sure you drag the slider to the large file and click OK. Now we are going to cancel this. Click no, you don't need to save it. Now your action is ready, but you have not ended your action. So click on the PS icon there, and then you should click on the stop to stop recording the action. Now your action is ready. You can go back to the home screen of Photoshop. So now we are going to run the action. These are your images, and here is the export. First, you can delete the exported image. So you have your exported folder empty now. Now go back to Photoshop interface. Then scroll your mouse to File. In the file, scroll your mouse to Automate. And then you see Batch. Click on Batch. So follow my settings here. You first select the folder containing your action, and then you select your action, which is watermark. Then on the folder, click on Choose to select the folder containing your images. So here's the folder containing my images that I want to watermark. Click Select Folder, and then on the destination, make sure you click on Folder, and it will bring out the option to choose. Then you select the destination where you want your exports to be. Click Select. So make sure you toggle on Override Action Save Command, and then toggle on Suppress File Open options. These are very important. Very, very important. Make sure you do that. And then now let's see the magic. Click OK. So Photoshop will open each of the images and add the watermark according to your action. So you can see it added in this folder. That's our export folder. Let me click on the preview pane so that you can see. As you can see, our logos are added. So we are going to allow Photoshop to run each of the 50 images, and then I will get back afterwards. So the Photoshop has done adding the watermark to each of the 50 images in the folder. So as you can see, they are decent, but not quite decent enough because of the differences in the resolution of each image. And that's the catch. On some images, the watermark is tiny. On some others, it completely takes over the photo. So how do we keep the watermark consistent? That's where a smarter method comes in. But before we fix that issue, let me quickly show you a bonus trick which leads us to the second method. If you don't want just one logo, but a repeating semi-transparent watermark across the whole image, Photoshop Pattern Fill can do this instantly. Here's how. First, go to the folder containing your logo, click and drag your logo to Photoshop. Open it up in Photoshop. So after opening your existing logo in Photoshop, then go to Edit and click on Define Pattern. Here you can name your pattern. Let's name it Watermark. And click OK. Now you can cancel the document and then go to your image. Then click and drag on any of the image to Photoshop. Just drop it in Photoshop. Now unlock the layer of the image. Then go to your effects panel and click on Pattern Overlay. Let me shift the canvas so that we can see what's happening. Now click on the drop down menu here and you can see your logo watermark that you have defined. So once you click on it, the logo will be visible on your layer. You can scale it down. There are many things, interesting things you can do here with this, and you can scale it down. And also the angle, you can turn the angle to any direction you want the watermark to look. So then you can also reduce the opacity of your watermark. You can just play around with all the settings to get a perfect design you want, then click on OK when you are done. So that's pretty much it. Method number 3, by the use of Smart Object-Based Layer and the Bulk Mockup Photoshop plugin. Okay, so the first thing to do is to click on New File right here. And then I'm going to use 6 width, height 9. Why? Because most of the images we are having are in the aspect ratio 2:3, as you can see. So, and 6:9 is under the series of the aspect ratio 2:3. So I made it 6:9 in order to make the output of higher quality. So click Create, and then the first thing to do is we are going to import our logo. That's our watermark. So go to the folder containing your watermark. Here. Okay, so you click and drag it to your document. So with the transform tool, just reduce the size, and yes, I'll place it right here. So after you're done placing, click OK. Next, I will turn off the visibility and unlock the layer. So as you can see, our logo is visible now. So now we are going to create a smart object. Click on the rectangle tool, then click on anywhere on the canvas. So insert the size you can see under the screen, that is 1800 by 2700. So we'll insert 1800 by 2700 and click OK. Once your shape is created, let me change the color to, let's say, blue. And click OK. Click on the transform tool and just place it in the middle. As you can see, it fits in perfectly to the canvas. So our logo is too visible. We are going to reduce the opacity to, let's say, 50. Okay, and we can rename this layer, that's our shape layer, to, let's say, design. And then you right click on the layer and click on convert to smart object. Now you have created a smart object where your design will be embedded. But there's another smart object here, which is our logo, as you can see, and we don't want that. So in order for it not to interfere, right click and click on rasterize layer. Now you have flattened that layer. So now you can save this as a template. So let me create a folder and I'll name it templates. Then I can name this Watermark Light because I want to create another variation of the watermark, which will be a darker color. So for the images that are very light, we need a darker watermark for it. So click on Control and click on the thumbnail of the logo. This will create a selection around the logo. So now we are going to add a solid color adjustment layer to it. So just click and choose on black color and click OK. Now delete the layer of the logo and let's set this to 50 also. Okay, that's okay. Now you can save this as well. So now we are going to save it as Watermark Dark. Now we have two variations for each of the images. The Bulk Mockup Photoshop plugin will create two variations. That's one with the dark and another with the white. Okay, so now you can go to plugins, click on Bulk Mockup plugin to run it. So this is the interface of the Bulk Mockup plugin, as you can see. So the first thing you are going to do here is, as you read, PSD template folder. So click on these three dots and select the folder containing your templates you just created. Click select folder. The next is the design files folder. Click on the three dots again and select the folder containing your design, which is your images. Select folder. Lastly, your export folder. Click. As you can see, the other images we exported are still there, so we are going to delete it. So I'll go and delete it. Now the folder is empty. So before we run, let's check the settings. Check the settings, go to your folders and make sure you select PSD Mockup. This will export each of the images to separate folder. It will first create a folder Watermark Dark and a folder Watermark Light. Afterwards, go back to your main and click Start Generating. But before we do that, I'm going to show you how the process works. I'll separate my windows into two. Now let's click on Start Generating. As you can see, Bulk Mockup plugin is opening each of the image in Photoshop and putting on the watermark to it. As you can see from the other window, our files are being exported. First with the watermark dark. It has created a folder, name it watermark dark, and it's exporting the files to it. So after the watermark dark is done, it will create another folder and export the watermark light. So we'll have two variations of each of our images. As you can see, Bulk Mockup plugin is done. It has created two separate folders with two of the variation. That's the light watermark and the dark watermark. And everything is well aligned. There is no tiny watermark in any of the images. They are all well placed. If you want a faster workflow, the Smart Object plus Bulk Mockup method is the one I recommend. Try this out and let me know which one works best for you. So I guess here's the end of the video. See you in the next one.